Hello, good evening, or good morning, or good afternoon, depending on when you decide to watch me. I'm Kelly, your favorite lawyer, mom of twins, two rescue dogs, and driving a Jeep crafter. I don't know, that seemed a whole lot smoother last week when I said it all together. Um, it is Monday night. It has been a long weekend. It was a long Monday. Um, I think we're gearing up for a long week at my office, which in some ways isn't bad. It's a little taxing. I also got a note from my triathlon coach yesterday with the "Are you ready to work?" And I wrote back, "I think so." Um, I said, "More than doing an ultra?" And he goes, "Yes." And I had to laugh because yeah. So we're back to strength training and really focusing on my run pace. The bike is not an issue for me. It really isn't. We're gonna do some things to, if I can get even faster on the bike and dealing with the hills, because I live in a really flat area of Michigan. Then it is likely that what it does is the the shorter I take on the bike or on the swim course, then I have a bigger cushion on my run. Um, because you have 17 hours to complete the 140.6 miles. Yeah, it is a crazy big goal. Yeah, but it made sense. It made sense. Somehow it makes sense after everything else I've been through, um, that we do this. So that's going to cut a little bit into my stitchy time, um, because you can't stitch and lift weights, and you can't stitch and run. So, but that's okay. That's okay. Let's see. So, best new thing. The best new thing is, um, I have my little Jeep, George. And yes, hey Bobby, I name everything too. And people laugh at me. George is the Jeep. My bike is Journey. The treadmill is Forrest Gump. Yeah. So George, this summer, we had taken the tops off and stuff and used the zippers on the windows a little bit more than had previously been done with taking them in and out and in and out. My zippers were old and no longer functioning. And unfortunately, that meant that I had no back windows or on the back and the side, on the sides. Not an uncommon problem with soft tops. Zippers only last so much, and when you put them through Michigan weathers, um, yeah. It, and I bought my Jeep used, and I'm not sure what the previous owner did as far as maintenance. He was clearly a little rough on things, and that's fine. George runs great, you know. Um, but yeah, I'm not sure that maintenance of the zippers on the soft top were his thing, the previous owner's thing. So my zippers were out, and I couldn't put the windows back into my car on his sides um, when I was driving. And then they got so that they weren't even staying on when it was just parked to kind of block out weather. Now, I don't mind so much the rain, although, nobody likes being wet, but that, like, during the summer, it wasn't bad. It was warm, and half the time I had the top completely off anyways. The fall here in Michigan was great as far as weather. I mean, it was pretty warm up until pretty recently. So it wasn't such a big deal. Unfortunately, it started to snow. and it's starting to snow more and more. And in fact, between this afternoon and tomorrow, I think by noon, they said we're expecting 4 to 6 inches. If you don't have back windows in your car and you are driving, it's freaking cold. And it snowed in my Jeep last night. So my best new thing is that for my birthday, which was last month in October, I was given a new soft top. And I was scared about putting it on because you have to take the old one off completely. Obviously, you know, you unscrew things and stuff, and screws are older, not such a big deal, but given that I stripped the screw trying to fix that, you know, wasn't feeling 100% confident in my skills. Being's really handy, but I think it was still kind of out of her wheelhouse, and she wasn't feeling really comfortable with the idea of doing this, knowing that if we take the old top off and I can't get the new top on, then I'm basically driving in snow with no roof of my car. So today I went over to my friend Taryn and her boyfriend Alex's house, and we put the new top on, George. And it is beautiful. My boy looks so good. And then I have new kick plates kind of thing, like diamond plate kick plates to kind of run on the side underneath the doors. And Alex said, bring them over. He can put them on. And he can do all that needs to be done to make that happen and make that safe and pretty. So that is very exciting. And Taryn has fallen in love. Like, she's always wanted a Jeep, and everybody's kind of told her, no, you can't do that, don't do that, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, girl, if that's what you want, you make your own money. Buy the car, buy the Jeep. And so she is going to be purchasing a Jeep, and we're going to go riding, which is very exciting. I think she's going to love it. I love driving a Jeep. I never thought I would, but I absolutely love driving my Jeep. And I would not give up my Jeep for just about anything. Because, yeah. So, but that said, it snowed. So that obviously stopped news. My car is nice and, like, George is nice and toasty to drive. He actually gets too warm, even on the coldest of days. His heater works really well. So I don't have a problem driving a soft top year round in my Jeep. I no complaints. And I'm pretty sure at this point I don't know that I would ever bother with the whole hard top. I don't see a reason to. I don't know, maybe there's a reason, but I don't see one. And then finding the storage place for the hard top when I'm running the soft top, that's too much. Run the soft top. Wear an extra layer if you got to, which I've never had. In fact, I've had to take off my winter coat with the heat on. Okay, so, but because it snowed, I pulled out Rudolph by Mirabilia, Nora Corbett. It's gorgeous. And now I've had to frog some of it because I'm an idiot. Okay, so let me show you. This is what it's supposed to look like when it's all done. This is what I have now. And you can't even see the white because Rudolph's nose goes right into here where it's all shiny, and then there's beads. Okay. Okay, you see this? Okay. So, the symbol for Krynet 28, which is gold, is the little slashy mark like this. And the symbol for 729, which is also a gold, but not glittery gold, goes like this. Well, I'm dyslexic. And usually I'm pretty good with patterns. Clearly, I am an intelligent person, for the most part. I generally don't have this problem, but for some reason, and it could be that when it snows, with my shunt in my head, when there's that shift that allows the weather to, you can tell I was working on the Jeep, and I've washed my hands, but whatever. Anyways, the weather will shift in the barometric pressure, which makes my head just go. So usually the first day or two that if it's going to snow like continuously for days, which it can do in Michigan, and has in the past, it takes a couple days for my head to sort of find the new balance and adjust and be able to catch everything up. Those first few days while it's doing that, I am exhausted, which makes it, and because I'm so tired, then I get very emotional. I'm very much a crybaby those first couple days, but I'm also extremely nauseous. Yeah, all of that takes a toll. So those little things like symbols like this that normally I would go, oh, okay, not a problem. It didn't even dawn on me. Like my brain had kind of switched and I didn't double check or anything. And I was like, okay, I have gold floss. I have gold floss. I mean, okay, it kind of matched. It didn't even dawn on me. This should all be the Krynic. This should all be Krynic around. There'll be beads in there as well, all over. Mine's not. Mine's 729 because I switched up the symbols. I don't want to tear it out, and I don't want to start it over. I literally, I want to cry because I feel very stupid for what I did. And I'm trying to figure out mentally how to fix it. And I think I have an idea of what I'm going to do, or if I need to bother. Maybe once I add in the beads, because there's beads almost all the way around this border as well. And then there's beads through the gold, and there's beads through the white in the glowing. And again, it's a Nora Corbett. You know there's a bazillion and one beads on this damn thing. In fact, it calls for 3, 4, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 9 packets of beads that go on that little teeny tiny square. That's like 80 by 100 or 90 by 100. It's a little square. I mean, that's my hand. Whoops, that's my hand. That's a lot of beads. So if I beat it, I think I can, what I'll have to do though is just remember, like on the other reindeer, to make the same mistake. So then what I'll just tell people is, well, Nora charted the glossy version of the reindeer. I decided to do a conversion and do the matte finish, which I still think will be absolutely gorgeous. All of them on the like hanging with the sleigh and stuff. I think that it will end up being okay, but right now I'm just feeling very foolish for what I did. It is what it is. But I don't think, like I said, I'm not going to start it over. I'm not going to tear it all out. I did tear out the little bit of the nose that I'd put in because it is off by 1, and that's clearly a mistake and stuff. But I think that's what I'm just going to add the beads. What I might do is, at least on the outside border and maybe even in the gold for the, I will either out like backstitch alongside of the 729, or I will kind of ladder it in. We'll see. unless somebody else has a better suggestion or a different suggestion for me to consider. I am just, yeah. Um, the other thing that I have done other stitching. So I did that. Last week was Taco Tuesday. And so we're doing the, grab that. You think that's why it's right here on the board so that I don't lose it. Oh, and I just dropped it and now Maisie's got it. Maisie's looking at it funny. It's a taco sampler. So I did do a little stitching on that last week. It's really small. That's as wide as it is. It literally will probably fit. In looking at it, it's not very, it's teeny. But I got the first border, and it's not charted for DMC. It's charted for another floss, and so like it's supposed to be pineapple and moss. So I've just been pulling out of my extra flosses. Like when I'm done with the project, I throw them in a bag. So I've just been kind of pulling the colors. That looks like pineapple to me and green moss. And I think this is actually supposed to be tomato. I think it is called tomato, but that's not what it is. DMC 817, and the yellow is 3078. So when I grab them and I put them in here, and the green is 3012. So when I pull them out of the bag and I use them for something, I've just been throwing them in the bag with the fabric so that because I know that this border then will repeat on the bottom. And that way, like when I do the lettuce or whatever it is, or like the taco shell is supposed to still be that same yellowy color, it will still all flow right. At least it's supposed to. I don't know. Who knows with my luck lately? Okay, so we did that. And then I pulled out Pandemic to stitch on both on Thanksgiving when I had some downtime. And then again, we got together and we watched movies yesterday. Yeah, yesterday on Sunday. Had leftovers and we watched, what did we watch? We watched the last part of Clue. My son wanted to finish that. We had started that the other day, so we watched the last little bit of that. We watched something else. Oh, we started to watch the Addams Family cartoon, which I thought was adorable. Actually, we watched the whole Addams Family, and I thought that was really cute, which makes me want to pull out my Addams Family cell with Emily and work on that, but I didn't. But now I really want to because the movie was super cute. And then we also watched, I don't know. Clearly it wasn't important because I don't remember it. And it was just yesterday. But I could stitch on Pandemic and at least do some blue, if nothing else, while I was also having snacks and watching the movie. So I did, if you remember last time, Pandemic had gotten put into timeout because I had messed up in here and I had to frog. So I frogged and then I came down and it, it obviously will cross here. I went further over here and this is actually the edge of page 3. And I did fill in way more blue. Yeah, I absolutely love this piece. I am so glad that ink circles, that Long Dog sampler gave it away for free for that time frame, Because honestly, I look at the pattern and I would have never done, like, I wouldn't have even thought to purchase it and give it a go. It wouldn't have been in my thought pattern to do that. I would have gone, nope, nope, nope. But because it was free and so many other people were like, no, just do it, just do it. And I thought, why not? And honestly, I love it. I love stitching on it, even with a couple mistakes and having to, I had to frog a little bit. I've actually, it's just a great stitch. So I am doing it in DMC 597 and 738, because I am doing it as basically a full coverage. And I was just in the group this morning looking for something. And there is one other person at least who is now doing it full coverage like I am. And hers is way different than mine though. So she's like, one of the things in it, hers is gorgeous, but like it's so big, it's so big. So like if she stitched this motif in a darker purple, she filled in that section around it, in a light purple. It's gorgeous. It's absolutely breathtaking. There's so many variations on that pattern in the group that it is mind-boggling to me. That there's not even two of them alike. None of them are, like they're all so different. And I think that's really cool. Let's see what else. So, on election day, I had made the kids the magnets. Their little I voted stickers because we did early voting and they didn't get a sticker, and it was their first presidential election. And I had posted it, and a friend of mine that I have known literally since I was probably like 7 years old, her mom was my Sunday school catechism teacher, and stuff. So she reached out to me and she's like, can I buy one? I'm like, no, but I'll make you one. Like, so this is going to, I have to put the back, I just going to put felt on the back and a magnet set. And then I'm going to get that into the mail. Hopefully it'll go this weekend. And that's when my stitchy friends will get their boxes sent to them. I'll priority mail them. I know it's going to be past December 1st, but yeah, life. And who's going to complain about, I'm sending you like a little gift, and on some of the first couple days to catch up, you'll have to open more than one. Or you, on the first day, you could just open a bunch of them. It would just make me happy. So I'm going to do that. And then, let's see, I also have, I'm out of order again. Oh, well, okay. So I'll finish, I have a couple FOs, and I'll throw those in, and then I have one other project that I started and have been working on. So Bean had last year gotten a little kit with Pusheen the cat. She likes Pusheen and Gudetama. Honestly, I like them both too. Gudetama probably a little bit more than Pusheen because, hello, it's a little cranky egg. Just makes me laugh. So the kit, the patterns are in this like little teeny tiny booklet that's smaller than this, and you're like, and I can't imagine that a new stitcher would find that enjoyable, because as a longtime stitcher, I was like, yeah, no. So Bean didn't want to stitch. She wanted them, but it was like, yeah, no. So I finally brought it out, and I finished the first one. There's 3. They send you the little 4x4 squares of Ada. I mean, so I'm like literally, yeah. So Pusheen is done. Pusheen will either be made into a little flat ornament, or maybe just like a little flat fold on an easel that she can put like on her desk in the dorms or something. But he's super cute with his donut. And then I'll go ahead and I'll make the other 2 too for her. She did say that she's okay with trying cross stitch. We picked out the I don't remember who it's by, but it's a space theme. So she's gonna give that a go. It's like a 12-month space thing. So I think it's gonna be the solar system, but additional things in the solar system like asteroids and stuff. It should be really cool. The boy child is still working on his French horn, although he has not been able to put in a lot of time lately. The course, he's got a lot of projects that have to be turned in, and of course that takes priority over stitching. So, and there's no deadline on any of this. Like the whole pattern for the stitch along for Bean could come out, and she could. I don't care if it takes her 3 years. I don't care. There's no pressure on it. Like, put in 3 stitches clearly, because I don't make deadlines either on my stitching. But I did get the Stitchotomy Halloween sale done. We did. Somebody had charted out, and they showed a picture, so then that kind of inspired my charting of Nightmare Before Christmas. Let's see, what else do we got in here? Oh, we have Slimer from Ghostbusters, the Hocus Pocus gang. So yeah, I think though, like and then I have a brain in a jar, because if you've had 10 brain surgeries, you tend to be kind of funny about, like, sure, put a brain in there. I joke. I joke with my neurosurgeon. I was like, so, like the pieces of my skull that you have, I'm like, is that like a paperweight on your desk? He laughs. He thinks I'm funny. I told him at one point, so he's drilled 2 holes in my head. I actually do have holes drilled in my head. So when people joke about it, it's great. So I said to him, Boyd, make sure when you're back there that you don't lose like my sense of humor. Like, don't let that fall out. And, and so we always joke about that. We have a lot of very, very weird jokes. I have a t-shirt. Actually, I wore it out. It said, forgive my hair, my neurosurgeon did it, because for a long time I was bald. This is only 3-year-old hair. He doesn't do, I think he was a beauty school dropout, because his haircuts really kind of are bad. But then my friend Kelly, she fixes my hair from his haircuts. She's like, look, there's 2 people who are allowed to cut your hair, me and him. And I said, absolutely, I'm out. Like, not doing self haircuts. So yeah, so it's funny. So that's why. So we had to do a brain in a jar, in honor of that. But I think it needs like a moon, like right up in here, and maybe some like bats or something to just kind of balance it out. I don't know. And then I think I'm just gonna like basically tapestry fold it, finish it so that it has like a dowel rod and stuff. I don't know. But then I'm thinking maybe it should be a pillow. What do you guys think? Because what it's funny is in the group, everybody's posted that they finished it, like stitching it. But I haven't seen too many finishes of the finished stitch to get any ideas. It's very, like, I don't know. So I have those 3 finishes. And they go back in my pile of finishes that have to be FFO'd one day, someday. With the exception of the little I voted sticker, none of them have deadlines, really. So, the other day, we had Thanksgiving at my friend's house, who likes the sheep, and I was like, you know what? Maybe so I decided to give it a go, because Bent Creek, remember I got all the kits rather than just the patterns, and the kits all came with linen, and somehow all of a sudden it clicked with how to do it. And so I had this, oh geez, there we go. I have the little start of the sheep. So yay me, I can do it. I was so excited. When it actually started, I was like, this is it. And I knew I had it. And it made sense to me. I was like, it was very exciting. It was very exciting. So only 20,000 more sheep to stitch for him. And I lost a Ziploc bag just while talking to you guys. It's not like my desk. Okay, so on my table, it's not a real big table. But my sewing machine is on here. The little boxes of stuff, like all the little packages just put together for my little stitchy advent calendars is on my desk. Like little projects and stuff. And it's Christmas, so I do a lot of crafting, a lot more crafting than normal even during the holidays. I think everybody does, but yeah. I'm surprised we haven't had an appearance from Cujo. Okay, so as far as haul, I have two things that came to the office, but I'm really trying not to buy and just really focusing on getting things kitted up. Like if I'm missing a floss or whatever, taking care of that. That's the only. I stopped at Joann's on Black Friday. That was it. But I had like a very set list of flosses that I need because I wanted to like kit up the monkey, Henrietta, the monkey, on the toilet with the Mary Jane shoes. She's so cute. But she needs like a bazillion flosses. She needs like 18 of one color. I don't even remember what color it was, but I know that my Joann's was out of it. But I still bought like 100 and some skeins of floss. It was like, yeah. But I was able to kit up like several dozen things. So like if we end up in a situation again, I have plenty of stuff to keep me busy. It's not an issue. But today at the law office, where I get sent some of my crafting supplies, mostly when I forget to change my address, like ship to, some things I deliberately have sent to the office, just because I'm there, or they're like bigger items, so like, or they're gifts that I don't want the kids to see or whatever. I have them sent to the office. So sometimes I forget on Etsy, especially, to change my address. On eBay, I actually forgot to change it one time, and they sent it to my old house, and they were Jeep parts, and I was like, oh my God, now what am I gonna do? Like I've been waiting forever for these parts. So I literally wrote the guy a note who bought, like, now lives in the house, and I was like, look, I'm really sorry. This is like, there's no way for me to ship it, like change the address. It's already been shipped, kind of thing. And I was like, but if you give me a call when they come in, I'll rush over and get them. And I'm like, I'm happy to pay you for your services, for your time or whatever. And he's like, absolutely not. Just come get them. Like, not a big deal. And so I've actually had a couple things show up weirdly to his house when I thought I had changed the address. And he calls me and he's like, hey, Cal, got some parts for you. Want to come get them? I'm like, yeah, be right over there. People are good. People are good. Like, as much as I want to complain that people aren't good or people are mean, in general, most of the world is good. And that just, yeah. So, I got, and I'm not going to say the name because I'm going to hope that it does not sound like I think it looks like, but it is Madame Chantilly, and it actually translates to I'm late or something. But look, the poor little reindeer, he's late. He's late. This will not be stitched this year. I may try to put kit it up and maybe put 200 stitches in it so that I can officially count it as a whip rather than a new start. The other one that I got from Madame Chantilly is Santa on a Bike. I wonder why. it goes into my collection of Santa writing weird things. Santa riding a trout. I have that pattern. And then she sent me this cute little button. It's very cute. It will make it. I was like, what am I going to do with one little light bulb button? Because neither pattern needs it. I looked and I double checked because I was like, what is that for? Thinking that it went to one of these, but it does not. It absolutely does not. Not even in my dyslexic brain does that go. And I was like, well, I don't necessarily know offhand what to do with one single button. And it's adorable, so I want to do something with it. So I think I'm going to turn it into a needle minder. It'll be a cute little Christmas needle minder. So let me think what else. Oh, I did start, I think I did start another, I did start it, and I don't, since we've last talked. This is from Little Plastic Covers on Etsy. It is the quote from Die Hard, but I did start it. Look, it started. These are the hollies for the corner, and then it will say Yippee-ki-yay from Die Hard, which Die Hard is a Christmas movie. It is. It's a Christmas movie. Bite me, because it's a Christmas movie. So I'm hoping to get that stitched. And she has the most adorable finish of it. It was on her Instagram, and that's honestly how I found the pattern. I fell in love with her finish, and she just did a flat finish with red pom-poms all the way around. It is so damn cute. So that's how I'm planning on finishing mine. I've already been asked if I will stitch it for a few friends. Absolutely, I will. It won't make it for this Christmas, though. Trying to think what else is going on. Stitch Life magazine. It has their Stitchy box that will come out right after Christmas. So you can start this New Year's on a good note, on an exciting note. And then they also are next year doing 12 months where each month is an ornament. And you can buy either a box with all of the supplies that will come to you that you will need to make all 12 ornaments, or you can buy just the patterns. So that's very exciting. I am still debating which way I'm going to go. I will probably just get the patterns. I have a lot of craft supplies, so I'd be hard pressed to think that there was something major that I wouldn't have on hand. Budgets. I also know that for next year I am doing, Urban Stitches is doing an adult only cross stitch sale that's free. You just have to be in the group. I will pop that group down below. So I'm going to do that one. For December, I'm doing this Steady Thread. The Steady Thread. They have 2 of them out, actually. And I'm going to do those. I want to do Modern Folk Embroidery. And I would like to, I think, do linens and things. My problem is that my coach, my triathlon coach, messaged me, and he's like, so, are you ready to get busy and do some actual work? And I'm like, yeah, because doing an ultra marathon, that was no work. That said, I did not really train to do that ultra marathon. I had no business doing what I did. I could have really hurt myself. And logically thinking about it now, I understand. But it was just one of those things like, just keep going, just keep going, just keep going. And so we are picking up the pace, which means that stitching time is going to be a little bit more cut back. Plus, it's the holidays. I do a lot of crafting during the holidays, but I also like to do a lot of baking and things like that. So I don't tend to take on a lot of customer projects at this point. I do have some stockings that a friend who just had a baby. So cute. Oh my God. This baby has such cheeks. oh, I just want to kiss them, but you can't. Like, don't kiss other people's babies without permission. That's weird. It's just, no, don't do that. I don't do that. But you want to. You just want to. His cheeks, so cute. So she asked me if I would make her family the 4 matching stockings with each of their names on them. And what we decided in her and I going back and forth is that I'm going to have her and her husband write out like mom and dad, but then the boys' names too. And I'm going to hand embroider their writing so that the kids will always have their mom and dad's writing. And I just think that's really cool. So I am probably going to be stitching those this weekend, and I promise to show them before I give them to her. We'll see. I will at least have a picture, and I will for sure figure out how to show you the picture. One of these days, I will learn technology. So check out Stitch Life and their shop. I'll link them below. Dana and the gang have got some great patterns and some great things coming up. Other styles, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not sure. I'm also in the School of Magical Stitches and the Crystal Academy. What I need to do is figure out, I'm still lost in some of these groups, to be honest with you, with the different prompts and what am I doing now. And I don't have a clear way to organize them. And I have the happy planner. I have the big happy planner in the punch to make the papers and stuff. And what I would really like is if somebody could design me a page where I could put like, okay, here's the prompts to do for this group, like School of Magical Stitches and everything. And I can write them down in like the border. And then underneath like with each day, I can write in like what my workout is supposed to be, kind of thing. Like we just need to mash the athlete crafter and then mom life. And like if I have an appointment for work and stuff, I much prefer a paper planner. I do heavily rely on my calendar on my phone and on my computer. That way when like my assistant can always book things for me as well. Or the kids can look on the calendar and go, okay, mom's busy, can't do it then, or have to ask dad or whatever. But I much prefer a paper planner. I'm just a paper planner kind of girl. And it's taken me a while to realize that. But my problem is I can't find a planner that really, I only want to carry one planner. And I don't want to have like workout in one section and stitching in another. And I want it all in front of me. Even if every page, like it takes 2 pages to conquer one day, I'm fine with that. Or, a page a day. I'm fine with that. Like I don't need to do like the whole week at a glance. I can do at the beginning of each month, have the monthly, like normal calendar for like big things like that. So I've got to figure out how to design that. I could probably draw it out, but that's not going to help me like mass produce them to put, weeks worth of papers in my planner. So yeah, I've got to get better with technology. That's all there is to it. So that said, tomorrow again is Tuesday, so we'll work on the taco sampler. Oh my God, I almost forgot. Holy cow. I'm an idiot. So, I have Stitchy Kindness that was given to me, and it literally, when she sent it to me, I cried. I actually did cry. It hit me at a day where I just really needed to know that I wasn't alone and that there was good in the world. We have a friend, a friend who's a very good friend, and he has a 19-year-old daughter who this weekend was life flighted to U of M hospital with COVID. She is on a ventilator, and they're talking about putting her on ECMO. It doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. And she's my kid's age. And so I was, and there's some other things going on. and it's just very stressful. And like I said, with my head in the shunt and the air pressures, and I'm not sleeping well, it was just one of those things. And so um, I was on checking Instagram and stuff, and I have a couple people that I follow on Instagram really closely, just because I think we all do that. We have certain people we specifically look for, and um, her and I have kind of talked. We've been talking and instant messaging back and forth, and um, she had stitched the Santa Claus um, pattern. She was starting to stitch it, and it's literally says Santa Claus, Claws, and it's a little crab wearing a Santa hat, right? I mean, like this is so cute, and it's so I had seen it before, and it's on my wish list, and it's one of those that it wasn't an expensive pattern, but it was just um like these came, but I ordered these like 2 months ago. Um, like the sheep came last week, but I had ordered them like 2 or 3 months ago. So I really haven't been buying other than floss, because budgets are tight. I mean, we're seeing a lot of smaller law firms closing their doors in this area. Um, and a lot of firms that have never advertised before are now having billboards trying to get clients. Um, it's a very hard time right now, I think, for everybody to be self-employed. And then you add in everything else. And I'm emotionally taxed right now. And so she was stitching this night. I said, "Oh my God, that's so cute. That's on my wish list of patterns to stitch, like to buy and stitch." And she's like, "Really?" I said, "Yeah." And she goes, "What's your email?" And she bought me the pattern. And I can't tell you how much that meant to me. And it wasn't the pattern. Like, it wasn't the pattern. It was the fact that somebody just did something just because. Just because. And her and I were talking about some of the issues that are going on, and that, and going back and forth. And it was a conversation I needed. It was the shoulder I needed. And so, yeah, so I can't, I haven't been able, I downloaded the pattern. I have not started stitching it. It is one of my, as soon as I get these stockings done and the advent calendars out, I can't wait to stitch it. I will have that done, and FFO'd before Christmas. It will happen. Because some of these other projects, who care, like, if they get finished, they get finished. When they get finished, they'll get finished. But for some reason, that one, just because she took the time to do that for me, that I feel like, I mean, I want it anyways. It is so cute. Um, but now it's even now it's more meaningful to me, kind of thing. So in order to, yes, I've said thank you a million times, kind of thing, to her. Um, but to show her, it will get stitched for Christmas this year, and so cute. I mean, it's a crab wearing a Santa Claus hat. So cute. It will go with my whole beach Christmas, because we all know seashells, not snowflakes, for me. So I got that. So that was very cool. Um, so yeah, so we're just kind of, I don't know. I'm hugging my kids close. I'm hugging my people close. Um, 'Tis the season. Life is good though. I mean, yes, there's some hiccups, but it's okay. I'm a survivor. Um, that said, check on your friends. Check on your friends. Even the strong people need an extra hug nowadays. Um, and now that the election is kind of over, kind of. I think it is over. Like, I think that, we don't need to really wait anymore. I mean, Wisconsin certified, Michigan certified, Pennsylvania certified. I think Arizona certified. I mean, what more do you want? The election is over. I think now the next battle that is going to end up really separating people is who's getting the vaccine and when, and who's not going to get the vaccine. I can see it already on my Facebook feed, the conversations about it, and some of them are just getting ugly. And people, we don't need to be ugly. We don't need to be ugly. That's, yeah. In other lighthearted news too, just because it just came into my brain, Stitch Life is going to be okay. I love Dolly Parton. If I could sit down with that woman for even 20 minutes, oh, she does such incredible stuff. And she does it behind the scenes. So, like, people don't, and I don't think we're going to know the extent of the good that that woman has done until she has passed. But she's doing some amazing things. And it just so happens that the core group of us at Stitch Life that do the happy hour together, we all love Dolly. How do you not love Dolly? I mean, seriously, Dolly Parton. And so Stitch Life is doing a Dolly Parton celebration. I think it's a month long of Dolly, and they're having a sale. And Clay sent, hi Clay, in case you're watching. I love my Stitch Life family. Honestly, like happy hour is like my favoriteest part of the week. When we film, sometimes we can all be kind of having a rough day or so, and we get together, and by the end of it, we're all like, "Thank you, we needed that." We're laughing and we're joking, and it's great. So Clay has designed the cell, and I got to see it today, and um, I can't wait. Oh my God. Yeah, yeah. I love this sound. Because Dolly. You don't even have to like country music. And when Jolene comes on, wherever you are, everybody sings Jolene. Come on. It's Dolly. It's Dolly. And we're going to do a Dolly sale. So yeah, so stay tuned for that because I cannot wait. I'm begging Clay, and I said, but come on, we're in happy hour together. Can I hit the pattern early and get it started? Because I'm like, I want to try, and I still kind of want to try and do the no starts. I'm not going to worry so much about it. If I'm out in January, I'm out in January, whatever. So that's why I'm trying to kind of get some of the projects that are close to being finished for the end of the year, but also have the projects I know that I definitely want to work on next year kitted and stitches started, so that like mentally I'm still trying to do the whole let's really focus on getting things done and out and produced, um like so that they can hang it on walls and stuff like that. So um the Dolly Sal picture, y'all, it's Dolly. I need her. I need this Sal. I need this Sal to start tomorrow. I need to have my fabric, and I want it big. So I'm going to do it. Like, I know I could do it on like 18 count, or you know, actually what I really want to do now that I'm thinking about this and we're talking about this, and I'm like, oh, I'm so excited. It's Dolly. It's almost as exciting as Janet Jabber like liking and subscribing to my YouTube. Janet Jabber. Um, I want like the big 14 count of the Sal, and then I want to do like Ymir does almond M&Ms because I love her too. I love her floss tubes. I haven't seen a floss tube from her lately. I'm going to message her because that makes me nervous when I don't see people that I can't see. And she does like the high count fabrics and does 1/1. I want a little Ymir version of the Dolly sale. So then I'd have the great big one, and then I'd have the little itty bitty one, like a playing card. So excited. Yeah. You guys, seriously, you need to. If you're not doing Stitch Life, like on Patreon, you totally should. Oh, that's the other thing in haul. I got a gift from everybody who is a VIP on Stitch Life. Gets a gift sent. I think it's every other month. So this was the on month, and I got this adorable. Oh, blessed baby Jesus. I don't know where it's. Oh, so like I got stickers, like really cool stickers. I forget what else, but then I got this little doodad, and it's like a little sticker thing, and you stick your cards in there. Like you can stick it on your cell phone case, and you can stick your little cards in there. I haven't figured out where exactly I'm going to put this, but it's really cool. But it was just nice. Like I don't expect to get, and I got stickers, and I'm kind of like Dana in that fact where I like stickers. I like when Bobby sends me stickers too. Because she sticks them in my package too. And she stick them in your package if you ordered from her too. Because she does that. She's got like, I think for your first 15 orders or 10 orders, you get this little present. And then after, when you've reached so many, you have to start the list over again. But that's okay because they're all really awesome. I got a really nice needle from Bobby one in, I think, my second package. And Swedish fish. And if you don't know me, like, Swedish fish they're my thing. Because they don't bother my ICP or my gut. I can handle, I don't know. So I don't know what I'm going to do with my Stitch Life little thingy. So if you've got a really cool idea, let me know. Oh, that's the other thing I got. Have you guys seen these things? No, I won't be able to find them. I found it. I got them from Etsy, and they're counting sticks. That's not counting pins. Mine are bikes. Is anybody surprised? Bike or Jeep? Bike or Jeep? Okay, so my hair. I'm losing my hair again. It's stress. So I have a set of 2, and then I think I have some flower ones too. And you can put it in. Okay, so I could put it in like, let's say here on the border. I could pop it in there, and that would tell me like, well, obviously I would do it straight and stuff. It would tell me like, okay, like that's where stitch 100 is, and then I need to go over so many from there, or like and then I can move. I just put another pin there, and because I've got the set, and so yeah. So ideally, you wouldn't lose counts when you're stitching on crazy long legs and stuff. So those are really cool. I will pop the seller for these down below as well. Probably tomorrow I will do those because they're super cute. They're super fun. And who doesn't want bikes? I do. I want all the bikes. N+1. That is the amount of bikes one should own. And being the current number of bikes that you have, 1 being the one you need. That will be the sweet number. It's the same thing with cross stitch projects and patterns. N+1. In case we're ever in doubt, N+1. And now I've totally lost anyways, Dolly sale. Join Stitch Life. It's totally, you will get gobs of patterns that are so cute. And you'll get to do the Dolly sale. I mean, seriously. The Dolly sale alone is worth the price of admission. I mean, seriously, it's gorgeous. It makes me so happy. So yeah, so Ymir, I might be asking you a whole lot of questions so that I can have a like pocket-sized version of myself. Anyways, it's getting late here, and this is getting really long, and yeah, I've got physical therapy for my shoulder in the morning, and then I've got to go to the office and do a bunch of stuff, and I have to hope that 41A is open for me to go copy a file. Um, Fingers crossed. Say some prayers, send some positive vibes, check on your people, and then go do something epic. And I'm out. I'll talk to you guys later.